Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Tiffany. Please excuse my voice, I'm just waking up as usual. This video I'm going to share finally 2 junk journal with you all. So one is already reserved. This one, the Monet garden, has already been reserved, and this one is for sale on my Etsy. So let's start right away because I don't want you to sit in front of the computer for a long time. So this journal is the Monet garden. As you can see, I have 2 paintings here. This one is big by me. It's the acrylic pouring, and this one is a printout, and I seal them all with different protectors, different sealer, and they're all well preserved. I want you to see a little bit closer look. Look at this, it's so pretty. I really love the yellow and a little bit shimmery here and there. I try to catch the color that can fit with the cover, so I go with blue, silver, green, and a little bit yellowish, still a little bit rose gold here and there, just a tiny bit, but I just wanted to went with the color theme, so that's the color that I choose. And on the binding, it has this what is it called, like a die cut flower. So this is the back. It's all sealed up. It has not lots of tails, not a lot of stitchings here, because this is the journal about Monet and he is a male painter. So I figure maybe I shouldn't do too much too romantic add-on in this journal, but it is really beautiful. I really want to keep this one. I mean this one as well. I spent tons of time, but anyway, the binding and the edge is all what is it called, like gilded. you know if I open it up, so that's how it looks like. That's the color. Oh, I love this cover so much. Anyway, let's open it up. As you can see, it's so big. It's so big. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so at the front, of course, I have this beautiful vintagey scribble paper for the cover, and for the binding fabric, I chose the Lotus print in blue fabric. Oh, it's super lovely. I just think it went well with the journal. So at the front, you have a little handmade marble card. So this is a marble paper on a over 50 years old watercolor paper, and those are handmade marbling. And then if you open it up, it's a trifold. Here is a picture of Monet. Is a little pocket. I don't want to break it, so if you want to change to other pictures, please feel free to do it because it's changeable. So I got this idea from Johanna, and she made those little cards with pictures with touch spot. I think, oh, I can do it too. So thank you so much, Johanna. Basically, my journal is inspired by Johanna and Nik the Booksmith. These 2 ladies are my greatest inspiration. I love them so much. But of course, there's so many other great artists, junk journal makers in this community. I'm going to list them all down in the description box, like Wendy, like Gayle, just so many. But anyway, let's get back to the journal. So this is the picture, so you can close it up like that. And Monet was born in Paris, French. So here is the address of the apartment that he was born, and I just add more really wiki old fabric. Here I think this is the cheesecloth and a little measuring tape. So when he was born, of course, apparently they don't have any, like, you know, the equipment that we have right now to do the weight and the height. So I just add this little measuring tape, so maybe they use it to measure how tall he was. And this, I add the little vintage key in here, so that is the key that opened the apartment. And after he was born, his parents were so happy, so they sent out lots of cards and letters to their relatives to announce the celebration, announce the newborn. So I've added 2 little postage here, and I just add a little Tim Holtz photograph in here. So this is a pocket, as you can see. So at the back, so for this book, I tried to make it look like a really old book, which maybe is from a poor student who studied Monet, or, you know. So that's why it's all coffee dyed, and I've added a little cheesecloth here and there that looks like, you know, when the page is broken, she couldn't afford to buy a new book or buy a new journal. That's how she fixed the pages. Just put some cheesecloth on top. So yeah, you will see tons of those little add-ons throughout the notebook, throughout the journal. So here is another pocket with this tea dye cotton ribbon, like a ribbon. It's all sewed on, as you can see, all the stitching. So Monet's mother was his biggest inspiration when he was young, because she supported him to be a painter, while his father wanted him to be more successful on business, to take over his business. So here is Monet's mother's picture. Of course, this is not, I couldn't find her picture, so I just I found this beautiful photograph of this beautiful lady. And Monet's mother was a dancer. That's why I was kind of looking for a more stylist picture. I think this lady fit right in. So I just have this printout in this pocket. So Monet missed his mother every single day. So this is a special spot for his mother. So he also loved to read poem. So I have like different poem pages from a really old book throughout the journal. And of course some journaling pages. And this is this beautiful England watercolor illustration page. And I have more marble paper sewn on with a little postage. So this was inspired by Nik. Thank you so much, Nik. And then more vintage printouts. And here is a quote. It's a long one, so if you want to pause the video, please feel free to, but I figure it's too small to read anyway for this one at least. More stamping. And this one is I sewed around the edge. At the back here is a postcard of Lahore. I don't know how to pronounce it, but this is the place that Monet went to school, where he learned a lot of art skills, painting skills at his very young age. So I figured I can tuck it in here. So this is a watercolor book plate, and at the back, this is the center page, so you can read all the information about this painting. This is the name and this is the date. It's from 1817, and of course it is a reproduction. The page didn't really come from 1817, but this painting is from 1817. I figure it's around Monet's era, but Monet was born I believe it's 1840, so a little bit earlier, but yeah, I just think it's still 19th century, so I tuck it in here. So here is a tuck spot with all the tickets. So Monet loves to watch shows and gallery. So I think it will be cool that I add some add-on. So here is the photo. I have to go faster. It's like, oh my god, I still have so much to read. And more sketchbook plates, more vintage book page. Here just sewing everywhere. So this is at the back of the first signature. Here is a pocket with the study of stroke and colors of Monet. So I just tuck it in here in the pocket. I just tuck in this library card and a little shipping tag. And I have this beautiful matte paper, and turnover is a pocket. So this is what I come up with for these two journals. I love it so much. All we know, Monet has a water lily garden, so I have a little garden book tucked in here. Of course, I handmade this, and on the top it has the name of garden in French. So it's Jordan. I don't know how to pronounce it. So I use twine to kind of like, I will only open this one. For the next one I wouldn't open it, but they look different. So I have a little twine here to close up the little notebook, and if you open it up, it has different pages, you know, just more space for you to journal. Yeah, little pages here and there. I think that's really cool, so I just tuck it in here. It's kind of like a little garden notebook. You can keep your secret here, my lovely friend. You can keep your secret here. I don't care. You can keep your photos, your crazy moments here in this journal. It will keep it safe. Close it tight. And here's another vintage postage. In the pocket, I have this vintage card. It's a weekly time report and a little real, I don't think it's it's a calling card. So a real advertisement card from, like, I don't even know the date. Must be the Victorian era, because this is when they have the calling card. And why I chose this Japanese style, because Monet painted some Japanese style painting before. So I think it's really cool to tuck in some Japanese style painting. I mean, cards. So here is more poems, and I've tucked in a little note paper in here, and more of this really old bookbinding thing. So yeah, just add more vintage style and more cards. Ledger, of course, more stamping. At the back is this beautiful painting. So this is the painting that people known about Monet and create the name Impressionism. So this is basically how they name Impressionism, because this painting, the name is Impressionist or something. I couldn't read French, but they name it because of this painting. So more poems, pages, tons of writing space, as you can see. More paper, graph paper. I was able to tuck in so many different pages. You know, don't worry, I decorate a lot, but used to have journal spaces to journal. But anyway, this is the back of the pocket. I have more postage, and in the pocket I have this lovely lady in the vintage photo in the printout. I figure Monet married twice. Of course, this lady wasn't Monet's wife, but I just think it could be lovely to tuck in some vintage lovely lady photos here. So this is something that I came up with. Again, I love this one so much. If you can see, this is a little really old window, and outside of the window you can see the lily garden. This is the bridge. So I tried to name this thing this decoration. I couldn't. I just couldn't. So I asked my husband, hey, do you have any idea what should I name this? And my husband told me, oh, the window of the past. I'm like, it's too long. It's just too long. It's not a, you know, a quick name. It's like, oh, this is the window of the past. Like flip over, oh, this is another window of the past. I think it's kind of like funny. But anyway, I don't have a name, so you can name me whatever. You can name me like Monet's window or Water Lily's window. I have another 2 windows in here in the Van Gogh one. So there will be Van Gogh's window. But anyway, I love this. I just think you can, I don't know, you know what Monet see. I mean, you kind of know what Monet saw every single day when he was living by the pond, and probably that is what he saw every single day. So I just figure maybe we can just pretend to be Monet a little while. When we look through the window, you will see tons of beautiful water lilies and beautiful gardens. I mean, what a great life. So I just create these little windows over here, and the back is the gorgeous matte print. And Monet did suffer a little bit like most of the painters were. So he was poor around 1870, right before he moved to nearby the water lily pond. So he tried to kill himself once because of the poverty, but of course he made it through. So I think when he was poor, he didn't have money to afford himself, to support himself. That's why I collage this beautiful pocket with different fabrics. Mostly they are like cotton, really old cotton, and this is like you know, purple, I don't know, purple fabric along with other different type of fabric. So I just think I could do this collage, kind of like he doesn't have it, you know, the whole fabric to make a pocket, so he just gathered different fabric scrap to make this pocket. That's what I was thinking when I make this pocket. And inside the pocket I have this beautiful sunflowers drawing from Monet. And then more space to journal. Actually this page has 2 different pattern paper, so yeah, more interesting things to see. And then more graph paper, journal pages, more of the watercolor paper, more quotes, smaller pages, more matte printout paper. And here is a big pocket. I just tuck in more ephemeras in here. And this is a photo and more stamping. This is another pocket. I figure because he's from France, so I happen to have a couple of French books, so I just tuck in this like front cover page in here. I think it's from, I don't know. I just love the symbol, so I tuck it in here. I have more cotton fabric and measuring tape, and here is another real deal. It's another Victorian calling card, so I tuck it in here. So yeah, more pages, more paper, tons of space to journal. So this is another spot. It is a slightly smaller one. So this is Monet's fabric samples with 2 vintage buttons, and I have more measuring tape here. So this is another pocket. I have so many pockets in here. You know me, I love pockets. And this is the color samples from Monet. So Monet usually use those colors in his painting, so I think it's just lovely to tuck it in here as a study. And I have more collage with vintage stamps and fabrics. And here is another printout. So this is a drawing of his studio, so I think it's very cool. So I tuck it in here. More collage. So this is kind of like a volume paper. It's see-through. You can see the back. I just think it's lovely. More stamping, more of those vintage page prints. This is the water lily painting printout. Tons of printout from him, tons. More nature vintage book page or coffee dye. Look at this pattern. Oh my god, so lovely. Another printout. Another fold out. So this is another big pocket where I put more ephemeras in here. You got more space to journal. And then this is when he got a little bit famous, so he traveled a little bit, I think. So I have this global map in here where you can put it up like this. You will see more postage, fabrics, and tickets collage in here. So I think when he got a little bit famous, he can travel around the world and see what's going on. And it's all sewn around this big pocket. And here is another collage. So this is, I don't know how to pronounce it, but basically means you paint outdoor. So I have the definition of it. This is one of his method. He loves to paint outdoor. That's when everybody thought he's crazy. He paints outdoor while everybody paints indoor, you know, facing the models, like taking all the details in their paintings. He paints outdoor and just, you know, his painting is like so vague because he tried to capture all the moments, different colors, sunset, sunrise, nighttime. He just loved different colors so much, the definition of it. And at the back, I have a little pocket. I have more postage in here. I have another lovely lady photos and another ephemera from Tim Holtz. Or tuck it in here. And here's another big pocket. So this is one of his painting. I collage with cheesecloth, postage, and the other half. Yeah, is the other half of the book plate. It's a tiny book, so I just tuck it in here. So actually this is the public company, but I just couldn't pronounce it. So more different pages. So this is the salon's address where he showcased his painting the very first time. He tried to sell his painting for a little bit over 1,300 Canadian dollars, but he couldn't sell it. But guess what? Now it's worth million. You just have to have those eyes. And anyway, more stamping. This is center page. So this is a little printout of a report from Lewis. So Lewis was the first reporter to who identified Impressionism. He put the word Impressionism in this newspaper report. So everybody knows about Impressionism right now. But he was the first one. And more quotes. Tons of space to journal, more collage in here. At the back is Salon de Paris. Really want to showcase his painting in the Salon de Paris, of course. So this is what it was. It looked like when I just found this wiki old picture, so I think it's nice to tuck it in here. Almost. So this is the day that they, not the day, this is the time that they moved to the house nearby the lily pond. Unfortunately, his first wife passed away. Now he moved in with, I believe her name was Emily. I couldn't remember. But this is a picture of Monet standing right beside the lily pond. So I just tuck it in this marble paper belly band, and then have more printouts, more library cards tucking in here. So more scrapbook paper collage, more poem pages, more quotes. As you can see, a lot of things to look at. I have, I have the definition of water lily. So yeah, I figure it's just nice to tuck in something. So this definition is from a really old vintage Wikipedia. Some definition, vintage button, and in the pocket I have the last picture. I think it was the last picture of Monet before he passed away. Is definitely at his late year, and he was sitting on the couch looking somewhere else. At the back is his paintings. I just think, you know, it is a good picture. It's a good picture. So again, the really nice scrapbook paper. I love the pattern, and I make it look older. And this is the fabric. So my girl, my friend, I hope you love this journal, because I'm in love with it. You can see it has so many pages, and the binding, you will see a lot of cheesecloth. I make it look older. Yeah, I just love it. I really do. So let's move on to the next one. The next one is Van Gogh. Van Gogh is a more complicated person. I never understand. I think nobody does. I hope somebody does, but I don't hope somebody does. I don't know. I think only Van Gogh know about himself. He is a little bit crazy in a good way, because he created so many great paintings. Not everybody likes his painting, but I love his painting. So this is the cover. You will see this is embossed cover with this little, I don't know, different colors embossing. And this is the painting I chose for the cover. It's all gilt. I don't know the word. I used the gold painting to kind of like create a frame. So that's the binding. Another plant. That's the back. You can see the different colors. So let me show you how does it look. So it looks like this. Oh, I love it. I love it. If no one buys it, I would definitely use it for myself. Seriously, I love this one. I really do. So when you open it up, as you can see, I can't even push it down. As usual, a little introduction pages or folder, trifold in here. Because it's handmade, you can see different handmade marks, more marking. So this is the picture of Van Gogh. As usual, you can switch it out to your beloved photos or a photo of yourself. Anyway, so this is, like I said, is a wiki. It is a really old journal. I try to make it look old, at least. So this is more of those binding cotton. I just tuck it in here. More vintage cotton, and I have a little pin, safety pin, tucking in here. Some vintage stamps, hand stamping, some Van Gogh painting, and this is the watercolor pages. More vintage book page. More stamping here. Here is a pocket where I do a little bit of collage, shipping tags, stamps, and cheesecloth. And another self-portrait painting. And this is the poem pages, which I coffee dye, and I have some scrapbook paper collage here. You have tons of space to journal, like tons. Another painting from Van Gogh. More stamping. Look at this paper. Look at this one. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Some quotes. So this is the back. So this is the date. This is Van Gogh's birthday. It was in March 30, 1853. Dutch. Of course, I have a key here where he can, open the apartment he used when he was a little kid. And I have some stamps in here, a little belly band, and I collage it with fabrics and cheesecloth. And in this big pocket, I have another photograph from Tim Holt. And this is a printout. Of course, it's a printout. It's a letter printout from Van Gogh to his brother, Theo. I don't know. Again, I don't know how to pronounce it. T-H-E-O. Theo. So right up is another pocket which I made the other little journal book in here. This is a little tiny little book. Of course, I not sewed it. I protected it with the twine, and if you open it up, because the relationship between Van Gogh and his brother was really deep, they exchanged letters. Van Gogh, I think he sent 400, 600 letters to his brother. Is crazy. And I think eventually they moved in together. That's when they stopped writing letters to each other. So that's why I have a little definition of friend here from the dictionary. And I have different pages, collage again, where you can tuck in your little secret here. And then you can put the twine back in so no one can see your secret. Okay. So because inside is a definition of friend, and outside I have another definition of friendship. And of course I collage it with twines, a cheesecloth, and vintage stamps. And I have a little recipe how to make tomato salad. I don't know why. And a real leather, a real vintage leather. I don't know the time of it, but I can tell is really old because the writing, and because the writing styles and everything, I'm sure is from early 19 or even older. I don't know. Another printout. So I tuck them all in this pocket, safe. More stamping, more collage. This book, the pages in this book is so burned out. I don't know why, but I love it. More poems pages. Oh, this is from the stamp book. I couldn't tear it down without break it. So eventually I did it. I didn't break it, but I just think it would be nice to add on more cotton fabrics in here. So this is about another poetry. Anyway, so yeah, more of this ledger paper, and it's all sewn around pages. And in the center is a pocket. It's a big pocket. And I have this printout, and this is a real postcard. Talks about Christian, I believe, because Van Gogh was born in a Christian family. I believe his father was a minister. So I think it could be nice to tuck in some you know, some cushion postcard in here. I'm not sure. I don't have belief. So if I say it wrong, please excuse me. This is a printout of one of the letter from Van Gogh to Theo. So I think it could be nice to tuck it in here. It looks like, you know, it's a page, it's a letter. So this is a sketch from Van Gogh, and I collage with some twine. More poem pages, more of this beautiful watercolor painting pages, more stamping. So this is Van Gogh's family, and on the bottom of it, I just collage with vintage fabrics, really old fabrics, and cheesecloth. And I have another safety pin in here. So this is another painting. So this is another letter from him to his brother. I think it's January 21st, 1882, if I see correctly. Another stamping, another big pocket. So this is double pocket, and I have the definition of brother and brotherhood. And of course I have some vintage button. More of this volume paper, watercolor pages, all sewn, cotton ribbon, more of the watercolor pages, sketches. So this is a fold out. I have added a little window on this card. So this is Van Gogh's painting, of course, at the bottom. So this is another window. I just love this. I love this so much. Yeah, I got this idea from Nik. She created those Windows card. So I think it could be nice to have another Windows card with a real window. So I just have this idea. More collage of the marble paper. Another fold out. Another collage, another quote. I love this quote the most. Oh, this is another sketch from Van Gogh anyway. So this is a pocket or a tuck spot, and he says, I dream of painting, and then I paint my dream. So beautiful, so beautiful. Anyway, so this one you can kind of like, you know what to do. You can pull it out, put it up, or put it aside. So this is the watercolor paper from Turner, but for now I'll just tuck it in here. But you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Don't rip it, okay? It's all handmade. It's all handmade. Don't try to break it, please. So this is another painting pocket, a little collage, and I have another shipping tag in here. So this painting is called Petworth Lake Sunset. Another different paper, collage, twine, another printout, tons of space to journal, another quote, ledger paper, and this is another pocket of the sunflower, and I added the marble paper on top. Oh, this video is too long, right? I'm so sorry. And this is another double pocket, little collage here. So this is another sunflower painting from him. Another sketches printout, another quote. Of course, I love quotes. Another stamping, another painting, quote. A lot of space to journal. They're all coffee dye or tea dye. Here's a big pocket, and I have a little printout in here. So actually this is the definition of a watercolor painting skill from 15th century. So make sure you take a look at that. It's interesting. And this is another quote, another pocket. Ooh, so it's another pocket. So what's in this window? What do you think? So it's a window, of course. which you can open it up like this. So this is another painting from Van Gogh, of course, so you can close it up. I just think it could be like, you know, a surprise. Of course you would know after this, but you know, it's still very lovely to look at. Little collage, another safety pin, and in this pocket I have another painting and another printout from, I believe this one is from 18th century. It's even older. It's really old painting. Look at this. Oh my god, look at the copy, not paper. And stamping, music paper, another quote, and a little vintage button. Almost. Another ledger paper, another fold out. So, another quote here. And another double pocket, so you can put this here, you can put it here at the back. So this, oh, why did I put Monet here? Weird. So this belongs to this journal. I'm so sorry. So this is a little vintage tag. So this is the back. Takes me forever, really. This two journal takes me forever. I love them. I really do. I hope you love this two journal. I really like the window thing that I created. I really like the little notebooks in the pocket. I was thinking to make a little notebook and tuck it in the big pocket, but I think it could be nice to, you know, you can attach notebook on a journal where you can keep your secret all around, because if you keep your secret on an individual notebook, it could be falling out. So I just think if it's secure and attached, it will be there in your journal forever. So I think it's more secure in that way. Because for a little notebook, anyway, I can talk forever. So this is two journal. Like I said, this one already reserved by a lovely lady, and this one will be going to you very soon, and this one will be on sale, and I'm going to list this journal on my Etsy at I don't know, maybe just now, I don't know, like 2 o'clock PST. Is it too early for you guys? I don't know. I hope you see this video and have time and think about it. If you want to take it home to his forever home, and you can journal on these really lovely papers. Yeah, I will be listing this journal at 2 p.m. PST. This is Pacific Standard Time, which is Pacific time, I think. And if you are in another time zone, make sure you do the little I don't know, little time currency exchange. So yeah, they will be on my Etsy very soon. Oh, it's hard to let this girl go. I hope someone will adopt this one, this beautiful Van Gogh one. Anyway, yep, so nice to be making journals again, and I hope you guys love it. I love them so much, and I will see you in my next video soon. So if you have any question, make sure you jot down in the comment section. I love you all. Thank you, Nik the Booksmith. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Johanna, from Johanna Club. Thank you, all the lovely ladies who inspire me to do this journal. Thank you for the lady who convo me on Instagram, says I miss your journals. That's when I decide to pick it up again. I still have so many things to do. I have 3 more Traveler's Notebook size journal coming on the way, and I have 1 swap with Kirsty. So sorry, it takes forever. And I have 3 custom order, and 1 lady have been waiting forever. I'm so sorry. I need to get back at it as soon as possible, because I was waiting my coffee maker and it finally came. I borrowed this one from my friend. Anyway, I have so many journals coming on the way. If you have any question, make sure you contact me. You can email me, you can send me a message on the Etsy, and yeah, I will get back to you as soon as possible. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you around. Bye.